Are you concerned about your belly fat? You have reasons to be. Because belly fat is not just the fact that you might not be fitting well into your dress or you're feeling uncomfortable. It has been linked to a variety of dangerous health conditions such as cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and it has been linked to certain cancers. The problem is you're not alone. According to the CDC, 58% of adults have abdominal obesity, with the prevalence increasing by 28% over the last 18 years. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the number one sign that your abdominal fat needs to be addressed right away and how you can measure it step by step at home. So keep watching so that you don't miss anything. Hello and welcome. My name is Bati Ayoku Chinamba. In this channel, I talk about health, nutrition, and wellness. Belly fat is harmful to your health. But what is belly fat? Belly fat is the fat that is present around your abdominal region of your body. Belly fat is of two types. We have the subcutaneous fat and we have what is called visceral fat, or commonly called belly fat. Subcutaneous fat is the fat that lies directly under your skin, which you can touch. When you're touching your body, you touch your subcutaneous fat. But the fat that is called visceral fat, or commonly called belly fat, is the fat that lies deep inside your belly area. And this fat surrounds your vital organs, or the organs that are present inside the belly area, like the stomach, the intestines, pancreas, liver. It surrounds these organs, and this fat is also part of the fat that is present inside these organs, and it can cause a lot of harm to your health. Now, how can you on your own know that you have excess or too much belly fat? One of the ways is to use a measuring tape. To use a measuring tape like this is that easy to be able to determine if your belly fat is getting out of hand or is too much. How do we do this? You take a measuring tape, you place it on your belly, around your belly button, as a level of your belly button. When you place it at that point, you turn it around and you measure round. It should not be too tight. That's hugging your body. It should be a little bit free, so much so that you can turn or move the tape. When you measure, you take the measurement, and now you record the measurement that you have, and you compare it to these standards. According to standards for women, if your waist circumference is equal to 35 or greater, your health risk is high. If it is less than 35, then you are at a safe zone. But if it is getting to 35, then you have to do something about it to keep working so that it does not get to a point where your health is at risk. For men, if your waist circumference, if you have measured and your waist circumference is 40 or greater than 40 inches, for women it was 35 inches. 40 to 40 great is equal to 40 or is greater than 40 inches, then your health is at risk. And that indicates that you might be having too much or a lot of visceral fat. So you will need to be able to see a physician to be able to check, or to check other things to be sure that it has not started causing damage to your health. Those are the readings, and that is the number one sign that your visceral fat might need to be addressed. Now, for people who are large, these readings, might not give a true picture of maybe what it is. That's why it's important to see your doctor or to talk to your doctor about these recordings. And for people who are large, like I was saying, you need to measure your waist and your hip circumference. It also applies to people who are small, because it's important for you to be able to know the difference or the ratio, because you might be small and your BMI is within the healthy range, but you have excess abdominal fat. So you need to measure your waist circumference, and you also measure your hip circumference, and then you get the ratio of your waist to hip, circumference. You take your waist circumference, divide it over your hip circumference, and the ratio will be able to tell you if you have too much visceral fat. Now let's look at the ratios. For men and women less than the age of 60, if your waist to hip ratio is greater than 0.95 for men and 0.86 for women, your health risk is very high. For those above the age of 60, if your waist to hip ratio is greater than 1.09 for men and 0.90 for women, your health risk is also very high. This is the number one sign that your visceral fat might be getting, or it's too much, and it might be putting your health in jeopardy. So you might want to check these values. A disclaimer here: this is just for educational purposes only. It is not for you to have any diagnosis. If you measure and you think and you see that your measurements are above the normal range, or are values that put your health at risk, then you might want to see your doctor so that you can talk about this on ways on how to reduce or to tackle your abdominal fat. In this video, I have talked about how your health, or how abdominal fat affects your health, or the various things that abdominal fat can do to your health. You might want to check it out, then see your doctor. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching so far. Please support me by liking and subscribing to my channel, and share this with somebody. It might help somebody. You never know. Thank you once more, and see you. Bye bye.